Okay, so if you click this video is not clickbait. At least I don't think it's clickbait in terms of my side of the story. For me, this story is 100% true. And just so I don't want to offend anybody, I don't want to offend the crystal community or like the people that believe in crystals. So I just want to put it out there that I do not want to offend the crystal community or anything like that, because they play a big part in this story. So without further ado, let's just get back to the start. I've known this person. I'm not friends with them anymore. I actually have no contact with them at all. I knew this person for a while. I knew about them in high school, but we never hung out because I wasn't that popular. But a couple years ago, I rekindled with them, started hanging with them again. They were actually a very cool person. I knew this person for about a year before we went to this store. And this store is a crystal store, obviously. This person was very interested in crystals. They felt like they were a medium and they could talk to spirits. And one thing about me, I support anybody that has a true passion for anything they want to do. So when this person was like, you know, I really feel like I could talk to spirits, I really want to get into these crystals because I feel like it will better my life. I'm all about things like that. I love that. I support that 100%. Another important part is I was trying to like win this person over, so I would always keep buying them stuff. Obviously that didn't work out because I'm an idiot and I didn't know what a simp was, but I guess that was simping. Kind of pathetic on my end. Before I talk about buying it, let's go back to the time we went to the store. First time I ever went to a crystal store, I'm gonna be honest with you, it was very creepy, it was very uncomfortable. As soon as we both walked in, it felt like everybody was just staring at us. There were other customers inside the store, but it felt like as soon as we walked in, like the attention was just drawn to us and I couldn't figure out why. Apparently this person though, my friend that's not my friend anymore, apparently they called ahead and asked questions about, you know, what they offer, you know, what the crystals do, you know, which is a normal thing that people do, but it just felt like people knew when we were coming, if that makes sense. I really can't explain it. All I know is that I felt very uncomfortable. They didn't notice a thing, but me being the person I am, I have like intuitions about certain things. We go to the back and we meet this guy. He seems like a very chill guy. Talked about the different crystals that they offer and what they do. It's the way he was talking to her. Like it started to become like, oh, friendly conversation. And then he started being like, oh my God, I feel everything with you. Like, I want to go to the back and get my special stash that I usually don't get. For me, you say you're getting special stuff. You usually do that for like regulars, in my opinion. I don't know. I'm not in the crystal community, so please don't hate me. It just felt like he knew that she was different in a way, which we're going to get to that part. He goes to the back, gets all these crystals. They're obviously very different because they're in the back. So we pick out a few and then he looks at me. He was like, are you sure you don't want to buy anything? And it was just kind of creepy the way he was like, are you getting anything? Are you interested? I'm like, absolutely not. And it looked like he was insulted when I said that. I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't, you know, I don't rock with this kind of stuff, you know. It just felt kind of like creepy a little bit. Fast forward, still the same person until we go to a different crystal store a different day. Now this crystal store, when I went into it this time, I felt way more at home. I felt way more comfortable. Never stepped foot in this store at all, just like the other one. The vibe was completely different. I could walk around and like I wasn't feel like I was being watched like the other store. We go in there, we get some stuff that this person said they were missing from their list. So we grab those and then we leave. Fast forward, the person's attitude starts to change. They shave their head. I want to say literally a day or the next day, they threw all the crystals away that I bought them, and just like they felt, their presence felt heavier when they were around me. It just felt weird. So this is the part I really wanted to get to, and I hope you stayed around this long. I asked them, why'd you shave your head? I thought you were growing your hair out, blah blah blah. They said, oh, he wanted me to be more boyish. That should have been like my first warning sign, I guess, but I just thought, you know, maybe this person's messing with me. Yeah, this whole thing, I hope this person's messing with me. I want to be wrong about what I'm feeling, but I don't know. So, yes, this person said he wanted me to be more boyish. And I was like, what do you mean? There's someone inside me. She was like, that's also why I threw all the crystals away, because he doesn't like them around. When they said that, oh, by the way, it's like 2 in the morning, so if I look a little bit tired, I took a nap before this, I do apologize. This person inside of them made them shave their head, made them throw the crystals away, made them put darker makeup on. They were like, yeah, they want me to be more like straight up more like a boy. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, I don't understand. I'm very skeptical because I only see this stuff in movies, so to see it in real life, it really freaked me out. The person's attitude drastically changed. Like, they were a very chill person in my opinion when I first met them to hang out. Like, they were like okay to hang around, but as soon as we left the second crystal store, it just felt different. I can't explain it. Like I said, I have intuition about these kind of things, so it just felt off. Another thing is, I didn't tell you about the first store. It felt like they were like a cult group in there, just the way that everybody was talking to each other. It was very creepy. Like, when I say it was very creepy, I felt uncomfortable. And it felt like they were only trying to initiate my friend that was with me, because I was just the one driving. I would just want to get out the house. I just wanted to hang out. Just thinking about it, like, I still stutter and get creeped out about it because I really don't know. I would never set foot in that store again. Like, I will never set foot in the store again. Just the way they were looking at me when I was like, no, I'm not, I'm good. Like, they felt insulted. I don't understand. Talk about the cult feeling, the first store, the second store, threw the crystals away, shaved their head, said they have a person inside of them, changed an attitude, darkened makeup. It's starting to get even worse. Like, there's no punchline here, like, there's no exciting thing, but these are the two main things that stuck out to me about this whole situation. So the first situation was, we were in the car. I just remember talking to them because I was trying to be more open and just trying to have a conversation. I think either I was driving or I was parked and we were just talking, and then like we were just vibing to music, and then out of the corner of my ear I hear this person next to me talking to themselves. And it wasn't like, you know, they were like going over like a grocery list type of thing, like telling themselves that they forgot something and they need to do something. No, it was just more like they were reciting something. I don't know what it was. I wasn't listening hard enough or trying to pay attention. Like, I know this seems like really fake, or maybe they were trying to fake me out, but if they wanted to get my attention, they would have done it a little bit louder. I just had good ears that day. I just hear like little whispers and then like legit conversation with themselves. And I was also like turning to my right and I was like, what are you doing? And they were like, I told you I have somebody inside me. So still a little bit weird. I'm really trying to keep an open mind because I don't want to say what I think it is. There was also, I'm sorry, there's two more instances I want to talk about. Second instance is, so we're driving and all of a sudden I hear this person growl like a dog. And to this day, like, I talked to them about it afterwards, like for a few months. They don't remember doing this, and I really swear, like, if you were joking with me, you would have gave up the joke by now. They swear they don't remember them doing this. It was just more so they were in a trance when they were doing it, and they were like shocked that somebody else saw it. So it was just like a low, you probably couldn't even hear it. It was like, it was even lower than what I did. It was just like a, I'm like, and I was confused. I was just like, did you just growl at me? And they were just like, wait, what? What are you talking about? I didn't growl at you. And I was just like, okay, you gotta be messing with me, because what in the world is going on? So I started to get mad, and I usually don't get mad because I'm like, okay, the joke's over, come on, like, come clean. So this person was like, oh yeah, they gave the demon a name. I'm not going to say the name out loud. So they claimed they were possessed by a demon. The demon gave them a name, told them their name. I'm not saying that demon's name out loud. It was kind of creepy. But I just remember I was sick of it, and I guess one of these days I was surprisingly feeling bold, because I usually don't feel bold. So I was just talking trash about this, whatever, this thing, demonic spirit was. And I was like, this demon is a bunch of BS. It's stupid. It's dumb. And then she cuts me off. Sorry, they cut me off. Because I guess it's two people in one. So they cut me off, and then that person was like, he doesn't like when you talk about him like that. Like, straight up, dead serious. Right then and there, I was like, okay. I'm like, okay. Maybe for other people, just the rallying thing alone would have, like, threw them all the way off and was like, nope, I'm never hanging with this person again. But for me, like, I try to, stick through people to the end. Also, something I forgot to mention, during this time, this person decided to change their religion. And that should have been the biggest sign to me. I'm not going to say which religions they switched from to, because that part's not important. Just know that this person was really into crystals, and out of nowhere they stopped. They were trying to grow their hair out, and they were really, like, trying to, because it took years to get where they were, and they cut it all off. Like, they were trying to do all these things, and then they stopped. Like, and then they switched religions. So, right then and there, that should have been 3 big strikes for me, but I was, like, a few years younger, so I didn't understand. It took me a few years to even talk about this. I told one of my best friends about it last night, and she was like, yeah, there was something going on there. They just wouldn't do all that. I don't know if I can even talk about the last part because it makes me uncomfortable to this day. Okay, I'm gonna say it in a way that will make it comfortable for everybody, because, like, if I talk about the full thing, it's gonna be weird and it's gonna make you uncomfortable. So, we were all in a car. We were at a McDonald's. I remember this day specifically because sometimes I'll think about it in my head, and I think that day was so much for me. It was 4 people in my car, including me. Me, the person, their friend, and the relative. So, the relative starts, I guess, throwing a tantrum. 1, it's hot that day. It was like a summer day. And 2, like, I guess the person in my car was frustrated about something. And then it was like out of nowhere, this person yelled at their relative so hard. And it was like for 10 minutes straight. I don't know how they didn't lose breath. It was so sudden, and it was terrifying. To the point where me and her friend just kind of looked at each other, and we got quiet. And, like, when I say quiet, I mean like mouse. You could hear like a pin drop in a car quiet. And I didn't tell you the full story about that part because I can't. All you have to know is that the sudden anger and the sudden outburst was probably one of the most terrifying things I've ever witnessed, if this is true. It was just all these little things, and then this build up. A couple months later, they ended up getting a relationship, and then they lied to me about something, so I cut them off. So it wasn't even that made me cut them off. It was just something else, But I think I've sat on this for such a long time because I didn't know how to talk about it or what to even do. For me, it was just, it could have been fake. Like, the whole thing could have been a big ruse to excuse the things that they did, which, if you were passionate about these things and you wanted to do stuff with your life and then you just switch, I don't know, that's kind of weird to me. And then, if this is real, I don't know if they took care of it or they got blessed, but I have had no further contact with this person for about, I want to say, almost 2 years. So that's why I brought this story here, because the only people that can tell me if I'm crazy or not are the people that do not even know this person. So that's why I brought it here. I'm sorry that there was like no big punchline. These are just the things that truly did happen. I didn't want to play up anything or exaggerate about anything. But the growling thing was the like that was I remember it to this day. Like I remember where we were. Like I remember the weather. I remember the time of day. Like it's stapled into my mind. And then the talking to themselves, saying that I shouldn't talk bad about him. Just those things was, I don't know. That's why I brought it here. So this is my way of, I guess, of letting it finally go and just talking about it. And if people think I'm crazy, that's fine. I'm very mentally stable. It's just this situation here. It was a lot to take in. And then really talking about it again and just going over the bullet points. I could go over like the full details, but that would be like an hour-long story, which I don't want to put anyone through. But just know that those are the major things that I saw. I didn't even bring up the fact that they've always seen spirits, apparently. They've always seen their dead uncle. So that's a thing that I didn't want to bring up too much. But they did see spirits, and that's why they claimed they were a medium, because they felt like they could talk to spirits. Yeah, but that's all I have. That is all I have for that. I've been holding on to this for like a couple months. Because I didn't know when a good time to talk about it was, but I feel like I'm back in the YouTube groove, so I feel comfortable talking about it. So I'll leave it up to you. You can comment down below, or you can find all my socials in the description, or you can DM me your own personal stories, because I feel like this isn't like a one-off thing. I'm pretty sure people out there have their own experiences. And if you want me to talk about it, I gladly will, because, you know, I feel like stories like this need to get out a little bit more so we can all look out for the signs if they're true. But like I said, this person could have been messing with me. So I'm going to leave it up to, they could have been messing with me, you know, or honestly, the thing I'm afraid of, if this is real. I don't want this to be real. I want to feel stupid about talking about this at all, you know. Once again, it is Malcolm. That's me. Subscription button up here. 2 other videos over there. Socials down below. Without further ado, I wish you well. I wish you good health. And I will see you again next time.